Hey everyone, today I'm going to be making an Epic Stormtrooper gaming PC. I love black and white builds, but they're surprisingly hard to pull off as they can look a little bit mix and match. I will start the video off by showing you all of the parts, then afterwards the finished build with some testing to see how the overall PC performs in the latest and most demanding games. Stick around, this is going to be an epic PC build. MSI have kindly sponsored this video and sent over several parts for this build. I couldn't continue making content without support like this, otherwise it would just be the same components every time, and I want to give a massive shout out to MSI UK. Starting off, I couldn't help but check out the RTX 5080 16G Vanguard first. Opening up the box, this card looks like a ship from Star Wars. MSI have even put what looks like searchlights on the box, and that's quite funny. I couldn't imagine a better card for a Star Wars build. Mounting the GPU, I have chosen to use a vertical GPU kit from Havn. Sat vertically, it will showcase the sleek design of the card, and I love how it isn't overdone with subtle RGB LED effects, especially underneath the fans. With a single static colour, it looks the business, and I will test the Vanguard with the entire build later on. The motherboard MSI sent out is their MAG B850 Gaming Plus Max Wi-Fi, a nice looking feature pack board that doesn't cost a bomb. The MAG series of motherboards are extremely popular right now. It comes in all white, even the memory slots, and of course it supports the AM5 platform and PCIe Gen 5 for modern GPUs and SSDs. For storage, there's a total of 3 M.2 ports with toolless M.2 SSD installation. I love at these prices it still features a GPU catch, which helps when you want to give your GPU a spring clean. For internet, it has 5 gigabits per second Ethernet and Wi-Fi 7 with quick fit antennas for $260 US and 199.99 UK pounds. It's a great deal and it really looks the part. For the next part, I'm keen to check out. MSI have always made great software, but the level of customization they've put into the MAG CORELIQUID P13 AIO is very impressive, packed with features that other companies don't have at this price point, mainly because it can be used as a second screen. Oh yes guys, I have finally found an AIO that can be used to play games on, plus I can match any wallpaper engine images on my monitor and put it straight to the P13. I have wanted an AIO LCD screen that can act as a second monitor for a while, but surprisingly not many all-in-ones have this feature. Now though, I can finally play games on my AIO, and I will show you how well the P13 performs at the end of the video. Last for the MSI parts, they also kindly sent out their MAG A850 GLS, a gold certified 850 watt power supply that comes with good quality cables, native 16-pin support that fully complies with the PCIe CEM 5.1 standard, plus it comes with a 135mm hydrodynamic bearing fan, meaning it will stay silent no matter what temperature your system is running at. I normally always use custom cables on my builds, but the MAG series of MSI power supplies, they are high quality and look good enough to even use in the most extravagant of PC builds. For my DDR5, I went with 32GB of Biwin Black Opal DW100. Biwin's Opal lineup features a high efficiency aluminum or aluminium heatsink and an RGB strip. The LEDs are diffused very well. It's one of my biggest issues with the LEDs on a lot of these other modules. I didn't need any additional software to control the lighting effects, they show up in Mystic Light. I managed to get these running at 6K MHz in the BIOS of the MAG B850 Gaming Plus motherboard, and it took me a matter of seconds to finish setting up. Okay, I left the case until last as to not spoil the surprise. Honestly, you can't get more Stormtrooper than a BF360 Flow mid-tower from Havn. I was only able to fit a total of 4 fans inside the case, as the front is populated with 2 massive 180mm wind turbines, and I absolutely love them. It makes the case look so industrial but very modern. It's a shame the front panel doesn't show both of them off a little more. Would it be crazy of me to say I actually prefer the case with the front panel completely removed? I would love a pure mesh black front panel, it would finish the panda look of this case off so nicely. Checking out inside, there's an airflow scoop helping to draw any air up to my components, and in the back there's predefined cable paths making cable management very straightforward. Overall the case is well made, sturdy and has great airflow. The case is priced at £169.99 UK pounds, but you can pick up the premium version without the 2 180mm fans for £139.99. So finally, the finished build. Temps are fantastic. At idle, my CPU is at 41 degrees Celsius, and playing all of the latest games, the CORELIQUID P13 kept my CPU under 57 degrees Celsius. For a more extreme test with Precision Boost Overdrive enabled while running a multi-core test in Cinebench 2026, temps hit 80C, which is nice results. As far as noise, the AIO is extremely quiet and I can hardly hear any noise coming from the pre-installed 120mm AIO fans. The GPU performed great. Playing all of the latest games with path tracing enabled, I was impressed with how quiet it was under load. As for temps, the Vanguard never reached above 64 degrees Celsius on Doom the Dark Ages, and I overclocked the cards to 3100 MHz, no trouble at all. I love to test these finished builds and share my results online. In Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K, this PC managed to achieve 75 FPS average, and that's with a high preset in the graphical settings, DLSS on performance, and of course, path tracing enabled. In Resident Evil with max settings, DLSS performance, you can expect 72 FPS average at 4K. Pause the video if you want to check out the benchmarks a little bit longer. On Doom the Dark Ages with DLSS on performance and path tracing off, I'm seeing 112 FPS average, again at 4K. Performance is great in these titles, although I have to watch my VRAM usage at this resolution. MSI Afterburner and River Tuner allow me to monitor my GPU and CPU temps in real time, helping to dial in the best settings for maximum graphical fidelity. I use it all the time and wouldn't game without it, or at least at first, while I'm dialing in the best graphical settings. Right everyone, my standout part for this build would have to be the MAG CORELIQUID P13 360. I've wanted an AIO LCD screen to be used as a second monitor for ages. I will probably get bored of it after like a day or something, but you know, all the previous coolers I have had have only allowed me to add images and videos, and this feels like a good upgrade in the customization department. Apart from that, the Vanguard RTX 5080 is an absolute beast and it overclocks so well. I wish I had more VRAM, but that's hardly MSI's fault. At 4K you can still max out most games, and with the help of DLSS and once paired up with a decent QD OLED, you will have some serious visuals and smoothness for all of the latest AAA titles. Lastly, I love what Havn are doing with their cases, and I'm eager to see the next addition to their lineup. Rounding off, if you feel like checking out some more of Silence Tech, I can highly recommend these videos, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and a massive shout out to you and of course MSI UK. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. Goodbye.